Sorry about that, ladies and gents. We had some drop frames go on, so I just figured I'd restart. So, Callista going to be the pick here from Ziggy. And sure enough, we are going to get something interesting here. Janna, well, we got some different picks here. So, Pantheon. Interesting. I assume that's a Pantheon top lane for Teemo meta. We'll see what Malaksha has going. Now, it's a good thing. It seems like it's a good thing that they saved the top lane counter for last. That's the advantage they have on red side. They picked a pretty vanilla wave clear top, and Kale is going to be the pick. So, Ignite Pantheon, at least temporarily, against Kale. Unless Kale is a placeholder. Kale might be a placeholder. Hold the phones, ladies and gentlemen. Looking like that is the case here. Otherwise, that wouldn't have been a dodge. So, it would appear Kale is a placeholder for something. We'll find out momentarily. Okay. Tristana top? Kled, okay. So Kale is Kled for the side of Plan B. So Eevee is Bay going to take the Kled into the top lane Pantheon. Interesting. Now, not entirely well versed on this matchup, but I do know that Kled can struggle against other carries. He typically wants to go against the tanks. So I could see Pantheon potentially being problematic for him, but Pantheon very bursts, very much about the burst and consistent trading, but has trouble finishing off a target in a situation such as this where they're going to have Kled, hopping off Skarl, getting that pseudo extra life out of the situation. Could make it tough for Pantheon to score some kills. So, interesting. So we get some interesting picks here. We see a Janna, we see a Pantheon, a Mumu showing up. I know Mumu gets played a fair amount of Vantage. I just never get to cast a Mumu. Xerath in the mid lane. And a Callista for Ziggy. So, a lot of different picks in this game. Interesting dynamic. Obviously, adjustments trying to be made for game 1. And I know I said before the break that see if they can force a game 3. There is no game 3. It's game 2, so we'll see if Plan B can force the draw or if this is going to be a 2-0 for Team Atlas.
Impure fools.
So, we're just going to go through the draft here. Looking like we're going to have...
Yes, sir.
I mean, very, very strong engage on the side of Team Atlas with the Kled and the Amumu. Very strong engage with the Zac and Pantheon Ultimate on the side of Plan B. Six and Crone's looking like he's going to go with the Cleanse this time around. Doesn't want to get chain CC'd into death. I think a lot of people tend to use the teleport as a crux. That being said, if you're not going to run TP in the top lane, I mean, it looks like Plan B might just be running YOLO no teleport this game, which you don't usually see in organized play, but we'll see if they can make it work. Oh, Callista was Tristana. There we go. it was a self proxy pick. So no Callista, it's going to be Tristana. Tristana Janet does kind of get bullied around early on, but later in the game, they're going to be able to match the defensive and range capabilities of the Caitlyn Lulu. So, pretty well-rounded comps on both sides. Good wave clear on both sides. Essentially, it's a 3-core versus a 2-core, right? You get the 3-core on the side of Plan B. No teleport. Team Ometa all in on this Ignite. Going to see if he can snowball this game out of control with the Pantheon and the Grand Skyfall. Going to be interesting to see how this goes. A lot of front-end damage with the Zaki, Grand Skyfall, Ziggs Ultimate. Potentially a good reset machine for Tristana. Malaksha's going to have to be on point with the Wild Growths and Shields to keep people alive so Tristana can't start resetting and jumping around these fights. So, that being said, I'm going to rest the voice for just a tad, and I will see you guys once we hop into the game.
Don't know what went wrong. I can't believe she's gone. I can't breathe now that you're gone. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away in the sea of angels. look at you. It's not.
Alright, looking like we're hopefully going to get in the game. Apparently, might be having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, those get resolved. There's going to be a pause coming out. And apparently, Ziggy having some connection issues. Hopefully we can get that resolved in a reasonable amount of time. In the meantime, we can look at how goofy Zach looks. So, again, looking at the team compositions here, we have no teleport on the side of Team Atlas. Or Plan B, sorry. They're flipped back and forth. So Plan B running no teleport. Do have the global presence. So you have Pantheon's ultimate semi-global, Zig's ultimate semi-global. Hopefully that can make up for the lack of teleport and maybe some rotations. Getting this Tristana around the map and sieging and trying to take some towers down quickly can kind of get them ahead on the map so they can play with, you know, forward vision and positioning. Because that's what they're going to have to do to take this game down. So no teleport can be detrimental. If Team Atlas just slow plays this, it could end up being a problem for Plan B. Hopefully we get this pause resolved. Looking like Ziggy is reconnected, and we should be getting underway momentarily here. So, I gotta say, I like that they're fighting back, and they're picking some out-of-the-box picks here on the side of Plan B. That being said, they weren't that far behind, and they played the first 15 to 20 minutes of that game, the first game, fairly well. So, sometimes it's not right to overreact and adjust, but maybe the manner in which that game was closed could have caused a little tilt, or maybe they just wanted to mix it up, try something different. Maybe they don't want to play this game straight up. We go full solo queue on that Atlas. Looking like a 5-point, maybe an invade coming in from Team Atlas here. We'll see. It looks like they're stacking the pixel bush. Seeing if anybody makes any mistakes.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
They're hunting Jannas. Looking like not a lot gonna happen here. Everybody should get their dance on. Zareth has one of the best dance animations in the game, man. What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself? Get dancing. Ezra Killer gets it. Ezra Killer gets it, man. Got the Amumu laugh. He knows I'm watching.
Let me give you a hug.
Yep.
Let's be friends forever. Let me give you a hug.
So, nothing happens level 1. Looking like we're going to get a blue start from Amumu. Pretty typical. Although, Amumu can start Raptors. And take E and start Raptors. He's one of the people that can clear them very, very quickly. Of course, with the auto attacks resetting the cooldown on his E, or reducing the cooldown on his tantrum.
Nope.
Nevertheless, it's going to be a blue start. Perhaps an extended double leash here. The bot lane might be able to leash Grom for him as well. It's kind of a new thing you see a lot of teams doing. Doesn't appear that's going to be the case. Actually, the work the bot lane. It's Q, but the passive is going to proc there. By Q. One trade by Six and Crones. Starting off this game a little bit better. Bear Trap on a rope is going to land on Team Meta. Come at it though. Not sure you want to trade with level 1 Pantheon. That is scary. Then again, playing Kled is like playing, you know, this weird game of chicken. So, they've got to make a Kled chicken skin, by the way. There's no way that ain't happened, right? Tell me I'm wrong. You can't do it. 2:30 into this game. Looking like we had red 2 Raptors, and then we had a blue, no Grom take. It's just going to be blue to Wolves. Oh. E by Pantheon. Not quite do enough damage to Eevee's Bay, but you can see the trading potential coming in here. Lands center W. A lot of damage coming out onto Sticks and Crones. You can't eat the center of that W. It's way too much damage for Xerath. Pantheon topped off in the top lane thanks to that Corrupting Potion. Doran's Blade. Interesting choice on the side of Eevee's Bay. Adroit Killer finishing up with his blue buff, or his red buff. Dawn Run looking to finish up with red, but he's a little bit behind. One of the things that's good about Amumu, especially when you get a big leash like that, is that he does clear pretty quickly. Looks like it's going to be a level 3 gank coming in here. And probably going to be a flash out of Six Synchrones. Instant W cast. Very, very nicely done there to escape the Vantage toss by Adroit Killer. Goes ahead and drops a ward to see just which direction he's heading. Flash by Eevee's Bay. Oh, we got a close fight here. And First Blood's going to go over to Eevee's Bay through the Ignite. That's massive. That's a massive, huge deal. No teleport on the side of Team Meta. In higher levels of play, this game would be over. Eevee's Bay is able to get the kill, able to get this wave mostly to the tower. Team Meta is not going to be able to get back in time to catch us. At least Sack's going to catch some of it. Malak's going to take a ton of damage in the bot lane, but I want to talk about this top lane real quick. When you don't take teleport and you lose First Blood like that, you not only kind of get rid of the reason you're taking Ignite in the first place, but the other laner is able to teleport or walk back or have teleport priority for basically the next like 10 to 15 minutes if he's able to hold serve on it. So, huge deal. Another attempted gank coming in from Adroit Killer. Fast pace coming in here. Team Atlas picking up the tempo a little bit compared to last game. Xerath passive obviously going to keep his mana bar relatively healthy. Just barely misses the Vantage toss. Adroit Killer decides to go for it. Elastic Slingshot coming in. They spot it on the ward, and Dawn Run decides not to go in. So anyway, yeah, like I was saying, in the top lane, if you don't take teleport, and you get killed like that, and the Ignite doesn't pay off, you're completely behind on tempo for the rest of the game. Not to mention, Pantheon kind of needs to snowball. Flash coming in by I Pick You. Zach Q is going to land. This looks like it's going to be a kill. The barrier comes out. Is he going to be able to walk away? Not quite. Dawn Run going to pick up second blood here in game number 2 for Plan B. Man, oh man. So, Team Meta able to still retain a CS lead. Still winning a lot of these trades against Eevee's Bay. So maybe this isn't quite over, but that keep in mind Eevee's Bay didn't use teleport to get back to lane, so at this point he could get killed in a gank or get killed solo, and it almost wouldn't matter. All in by Team Meta, takes a tower shot on the way out. A lot of aggressive trading going on this top lane. Gonna be interesting to see if the junglers decide to spend some time up there. But again, Eevee's Bay has the teleport to get back to lane, so at this point, it almost doesn't, other than like handing the gold over, it almost doesn't even matter if Team Meta scores a kill. He's just going to be able to teleport right back and get that wave as long as there's not a massive wave on his tower when he gets killed, So, resident top lane expert Tuba joining us in the chat, telling us that Pantheon is super good in lane against Kled. You can just poke him off of Skarl, and there's no way for him to stay mounted. So, we'll see if Team Meta can use that to his advantage and get enough of a lead to make the lack of teleport worth it for Plan B. Zach going on top lane. Nice dodge there. Adroit Killer is going to ult. I think that was an intelligent ult. Likely would have gone down to the Zach Q pulling him back in, and a Pantheon stun coming out. So a good defensive ultimate there by Eevee's Bay. And again, still has the teleport, so it isn't even going to need it to get back to lane or anything like that. Does eliminate some of the map plays that can be made. Polymorph going on with Ziggy. A lot of damage coming out. 5 stacks on the explosive charge. Not going to be enough. Looking like we got a gank on the top. I'm going to go back to bottom. Looks like nice flash by Sweet Fiend to get out, and looks like nothing going to come of that bot fight. Exhaust and heal blown in exchange for exhaust and flash on Sweet Fiend. like Dawn Run is really, really trying to force the issue up here. He's been waiting for a long time on that ward. Excellent ward there. I believe by Kled. Can't see whose ward it is anymore. You still don't see it. Well, I pick you, looking like he might be fishing for an ultimate here in the bot lane, but decides against it. Figures there's probably a ward somewhere, and he walked right by it here. Just on the Q. It's a very boring lane to watch, guys. Two of them just wave clear so well. A lot of lane clear, a lot of poke. Zach now looking. Oh, that was a video glitch. Zach did go over that wall, missed his E, did land the Q, and nothing's going to come of it. ED's Bay is going to go ahead and walk away. So this wave's going to stack and head back in the other direction. I mean, EV's Bay is handling this really well. Still has the teleport. All things considered, I think doing quite well in this supposed counter matchup. So, hope to see where this goes. Take a look at the gold distribution here real quick. Not really a massive lead. As a matter of fact, gold's like pretty much exactly tied right now between these two teams. Tier on Xerath might end up seeing a double or triple mana build. I'm not entirely in agreement with that, but to each their own. See, now this is a situation where Pantheon's gonna miss this entire wave because he has no teleport unless he ults back to lane. Blood's getting some damage on this tower. EV's Bay does have the backup of Azure Killer right there in case anything comes up. Mumu intelligent looking like we might get a gank here. Flash Vantage toss, ultimate. That's going to be a dead Ziggs. Nice play there by Azure Killer. Good mechanical display on the Amumu there. But they're checking blinds into the roaming bot lane. Plan B, seeing if we can get a lot of kills out of this. Wild Growth comes out, but not. Oh, is he going to walk out? No way! Did he just live there? Azure Killer's going to walk away. Thank you, Malakstra. Saved by the Malakstra. Man, oh man. Good combination of shielding. He lets the shot is going to land, and the Let's Bounce is going to pull Xerath back, and Xerath's going to get a kill too. Might be able to get a tower out of this. Plan B fighting right back. I really wish I had the zoom out feature, because I did see that, but I don't, so. Plan B should have pushed this tower. I think this is a mistake. Lulu's not going to be able to wave clear that by herself. You could have at least gotten this, you know, good enough damage on this. But I guess they want to go set up and get bot lane priority and try to set up for this dragon. So that is a choice. That's an interesting choice. I don't entirely agree with it personally, but perhaps Plan B has something. I mean, their name is Plan B. Maybe they've got a different plan. I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Jokes will be here all week. So, slight CS lead in the top lane. Slight CS lead in the mid lane. Plan B pulling slightly ahead, 400 gold. Not pointless, but very small lead here. And this is the point where Xerath and Ziggs just basically two-shot creep waves, and we do the Benny Hill theme song while they dance around, clearing waves around each other. Looking like there might be a fight here in bot lane. Malakstra knows that Ziggy's alone. Ziggy intelligently backs off. Trading the top. I don't think anything's going to come of this. Maybe it might, though. We'll see. Scar was away. Here comes a gun. Not enough mana to really do anything. Here's the Ignite. Oh my goodness, Eevee is Bay with another nice play. Teemo Meta a little bit too impatient. This shows that cooldown. Eevee's Bay with the teleport still has teleport, has ult, should probably look to make a play here, and Team Atlas could potentially run away with this game again. That's a huge deal. Eevee's Bay making big plays tonight, especially in this game too. Good start. Azure Killer's basically just been walking back and forth between bot and mid in this river, threatening this Baron. Looks like there's going to be a polymorph, but the last Twin Shot could come over the wall here. Dornrun decides against it. Says they're full health. They're ahead. We don't want to mess with this. Eevee's Bay really punishing this lack of teleport. And you see why this is so important. It's going to be first tower, solo gold going into Eevee's Bay. Team Atlas opening up a 1,400 gold lead off that first tower blood. Looking like Sticks and Runs. There's the flash. Smart hold off on the bandage toss. Hands the kill over to IPQ. Eevee's Bay is going to get another kill on Teemo meta, and this game appears to be all but over as long as they play their win conditions out here. Looking like On1 could potentially go down here too. Wild Growth knocks him up. Close to the tower, but they are going to go down. IPQ is going to pick up another kill. Lots of consistent gold handing all around. And Malaksha, this is one of the weak parts about Janna. Is well, they're going to circle around. They're going to go for a 5 as well. Oh, they're going to opt for the dragon instead. I hate this. Maybe could have dove and then did dove tower then dragon, but they're going to opt for the dragon and maybe take the tower afterwards. So this is one of the downsides of Janna, and that is when you have the other support roaming, Janna has a really, really difficult time forcing fights. So, even though you're 2v1 with your AD carry, unless your AD carry has a way of starting a fight, like an Ashe Hour or a Varus ultimate, as Janna and an AD carry, you have no way to actually start a fight against the other AD carry, score a kill, take a tower, pressure the map in any way. So, as long as the AD carry plays it safe enough to not die, you can't really get anything done. Meanwhile, Malaksha is making plays all over the map. Badger Killer is making plays all over the map. And, you know, if you're a man up in all these fights, especially with the Lulu Shields and Wild Growth, you're going to have a bad time. Eevee's Bay, way, way ahead here. Jeez, 1,600 gold ahead of Teemo meta. And Teemo meta, Pantheon not exactly a great champion from behind, so a lot of work to be done here by Teemo meta to get himself back into this game. We'll see if that can happen. Looking like there might have another gank here on the mid lane. Just clearing wards for the time being. There's Sticks and Crones positioning to the side of the lane that he has his support on, which is smart. Let's see if this... Oh, Banish Shell's gonna miss. Kled ults. Good attempts. Nothing gonna come of it though. So if you're playing B right now, every usage of an ultimate that doesn't result in a massive objective take or kill is good for you. So you're happy that that's happening. Kind of go into damage control mode. They do have great wave clear with Ziggs, of course. So maybe a little premature in saying this game is over. It's only a 2k gold lead. All of the control and priority is in Team Atlas's camp right now. Polymorph under tower. Team fight on this top lane too. Oh my goodness. Looks like Ziggy got away and gets a kill on Malaksha in the top lane, and looks like Ezra Killer gonna not quite get away. Dawnrun does score the kill. Maybe taking a little bit too much damage from that Rift Herald. Eevee's Bay is gonna get another one, and probably another one, and another one. Is it gonna be another one? It's gonna be another one, fam. It's gonna be another one. Zach, nice elastic link shot to break that stun. Nice. Okay, so Dawnrun gonna run out. Flash. Bear trap and you're dead. That's right, Kled. You got it. He told you. Kled can cast for me. I don't even need to cast, right? So Ez is real gonna go ahead and hang out in bot lane by himself, get himself nice and fat on that farm. Oh, a bit of a Ziggy goes all in for this. Is not. Oh, does trade the kill. Gets the shutdown. Really important to get that shutdown. Maybe a bit of an overstay by Eevee's Bay. Well, okay, good. Good trade back by Plan B. They're gonna lose bot lane tower for that, but they save the Rift Herald from going down, at least temporarily, stave off the bleeding. You know, sometimes the best way to not always, but sometimes the best way to stop a game from getting too far out of control is to just force fight after fight after fight, especially when you have a strong skirmish composition like the Pantheon, Ziggs, and Triss can provide for you. Not that there are any slashes at team fighting, but oftentimes when you're behind in tempo, you don't have teleport, you want to use those combat summoners to your advantage, and they make some plays and get it done. Q's gonna land, and there's a flash by IPQ. IPQ doing quite well. Looking for the Leandries on Xerath is an interesting choice. Looks like Malaksha's like, guys, I can't solo this. I'm just Lulu. What do I look like, Zyra? Nope. There we go. So, Looks like the call is going to be for Rift Herald. You can see the wave clear issue. Oh, Elastic Slingshot onto I Pick You. Zig's ultimate Mega Inferno Bomb is not going to kill through the barrier. Let's Bounce going to hop out. Dawn Run's going to go down again. Eevee's Bay is 7-1, tremendously fed. Eevee's Bay is like, hey, I Pick You had the MVP performance in the first game. He's going to look to even that up himself, see if he can match that scoreline. Nice escape by I Pick You there. Barrier working wonders. If Ziggs doesn't land in the center of the Mega Inferno Bomb, it does become a lot different. Ultimate's going to come out here. Seeing if he can land some damage onto Ziggs. Does get some damage down. Is going to be able to wave through this mid lane. Eevee's Bay is going to rotate into the bottom, and I gotta say, Team Atlas is playing this by the book. This is exactly how you punish a lack of teleport, and I mean, it's a very, very close 1v1, to be fair to Team Meta. It was close, that first kill, but that's why this is so risky. If it doesn't work out for you, it's very, very difficult to bounce back from. Eevee's Bay is tremendously big right now. Finished Titanic Hydra, Ninja Tabby, and a Chain Vest, along with some more health from a Ruby Crystal. You don't usually see Leandri's builds from Xerath. Typically, he's got decent ratios on his skills, so he wants to get the most AP that he can. But Leandri's is pretty good right now. You see a lot of mid laners. Not usually with tier, though. Usually the Morellonomicon builders get it. Tier, you usually want to see Death Cap because the Archangels gives you a bunch of AP, and Death Cap can help spike that at a good spot for you. Nevertheless, I Pick You has been playing quite well, so whatever works. As is real, gonna go ahead and rotate to mid lane, and they're just gonna try to take this tower against. Elastic Slingshot. Flash lets it bounce. Flash by Ezreal. Here comes the great Grand Skyfall, and it looks like Ezreal is going to go down here. Maybe a little bit overzealous in positioning. Pikyu's in a bad spot as well, and looks like Plan B have found a good fight for themselves. Good double knock up on the Elastic Slingshot. Zigzalt's going to take out another, and there's a good team fight coming out. The reset's coming in for Ziggy on the Tristana. Gets the shutdown. Ziggy has gotten both shutdowns on this Tristana, and all of a sudden Plan B capitalize on an overstay by Team Atlas. And just when I had all the good things to say about Team Atlas playing this by the book, big, big mistake to let Plan B back into this game. They're going to be able to grab an Infernal Drake off this as well. That's a huge turnaround. Plan B really needed that, and all of a sudden we've got a game on our hands, folks. Gold is back to even. Infernal Drake on the Ziggs Tristana is terrifying. Got about a third of the timer left on the Rift Herald buff on Ezreal. Looking like they wanted to use it there. Maybe good force of the fight on the mistake. They're going to get another tower off the Satchel charge from Ziggs in the bot lane. And all of a sudden, Plan B jump out to a gold lead. Big, big mistake by Team Atlas. Overstaying there. I think you had Six and Crones and I Pick You, or you had Ezreal and I Pick You not quite on the same page on what they were going to do there. Damage toss onto Teemo Meta. Xerath ult dodges with the E, but he is going to go down anyway. Zach able to get some CC. Tower shots coming in. I don't think he's going to go down. A little bit too tanky for him to handle right now. So intelligently, a lot of cooldowns down. Know they had just bought. Team Atlas know that purchases were just made. They had a chance to come get some damage on this mid lane tower. Good fight back. Still have a massive Kled. Still able to win these games. Very hard to gauge. Elastic Slingshot going to come all the way over from the Raptor pit. Let's Bounce going to pull Kled in. Kled's going to flash out of the pit. A lot of damage coming out from those Hextech Explosive Mines there from Ziggs. Here comes the Rift Herald. Probably going to go down. Ult's only going to hit one person, but does clear the wave and the Herald itself, so I'm going to try to keep this tower alive. And it looks like they're going to succeed as Atlas back off. Nice timing on that. Team Meta goes ahead and cancels the Pantheon ultimate. And looks like both teams are going to reset after picking up the buffs here. So, good idea by Team Atlas to kick back there. You don't just want to keep rolling over just because the other team won a team fight. You gotta get back up on your feet, and that's what they did. So good choice by them. Go ahead and farm their jungle up, likely make their buys. Now Team Atlas goes ahead and makes another play mid here. If Zig shows himself, Sixacoin shows topside here with low health and mana, this is a good opportunity for Team Atlas to just go ahead and force mid lane down, because with just Tristana's in bot lane, they just saw that wave clearing. They just saw Ziggs in the top lane. They should be forcing this mid lane turret down with no wave clear available on the side of Plan B. A bit of a macro mistake. I think an overstay in the top lane. I think Styx probably should have gave that farm over to Pantheon, mostly because they need his wave clear in the mid lane, but they don't get punished for it because Team Atlas don't realize quite quick enough. Eevee's base so tanky. We're probably going to go down here just a little bit too ambitious. Team Meta goes ahead and gets a kill. See if I Pick You can get something on the back end of this fight. Oh, ult just barely misses, and the fourth one will miss as well. So, no kills there. Eevee's Bay goes down. Plan B, pick up another one, and all of a sudden this 7-0 Kled, 7-3. So Plan B doing a good job punishing the mistakes of Team Atlas, but Team Atlas not doing a good job of after the early game, not doing a good job punishing the mistakes of Plan B. So a lot of farm going to be picked up. Team Meta was able to push that entire top wave out, but as you can see, Eevee's Bay is going to be here and pick up this whole wave. As a matter of fact, he's going to go in on this. There's the charge coming in from Kled. Bear Trap on a rope, going to go ahead and pull Pantheon in, and my god, the damage. Goes ahead and hands that over to Ezreal. I think that's a really, really smart decision. Because eventually the Kled's not going to carry this game. The Caitlyn's going to have to, so good decision to hand that kill over to the Caitlyn. And a good pick by Team Atlas onto Team Meta. Gonna go ahead and take a blue buff for their troubles. Don't think they're gonna be able to get this Zac over here. Meanwhile, Adjutant Killer and the rest is looking to push mid. Maybe Team Atlas gonna re-rotate. Zac goes in. Don't know if this is a good decision, but I guess it is. There's the flash and the wild growth. So Ziggy does have to blow flash there. I don't know if he needed to, but better safe than sorry. A little overzealous there. By a little, I mean a lot overzealous there by Dawn Rod. Looking like we're going to get the Grand Skyfall coming in. See if we can get Exhaust immediately onto Pantheon. Kled's going to go ahead and clean this fight up. Kled, Xerath, Caitlyn all untouched in the back line. The flash bandage toss not quite going to connect, but he's going to land a 3-man ult under the tower. Let's see if this can go. This could go the other way. There's the Xerath ultimate. Sixacoin's going to go down. Oh my god, this fight. Blech. Oh my goodness. Flash W going to miss. Going to get the flash back out of Ziggy. All in all, another tower falls in favor of Team Atlas, and it's going to be a 3-for-1 and a tower, and a good trade and a retaking of the gold lead for Team Atlas there. Kind of a crazy fight. Didn't really have... Amumu did want to dive. It looked like there was the communication to dive, but there was a big distance between the Amumu diving and his DPS, so there was a chance that they tower dive that, and it ends up being a lot sloppier than that, but with a lot of flashes still up, it didn't end up too bloody of a situation. That easily could have turned into like one of those, 5-for-4 last man standing situations, and the tower never goes down out of all of that. So that was a fiesta fight right there, but we like those here. Plan B with a really aggressive Baron call. Plan B with a really aggressive Baron call. Atlas realizes this is happening, but they're way out of position. Baron not going down that fast. It does look like Team Atlas is going to be able to get here. Could end up getting a catastrophic team fight here. Here comes the charge from Kled right into the base of the pit. Baron is going to be locked up by Plan B. Blasting Slingshot gets nothing. The 4 DPS are rolling together as a core here for Team Team Atlas. The Tristana ult's going to blow them away. Looks like Pantheon's going to go down. Team Meta drops. Zig's ult's going to put some damage down. But nothing more than that. So, good scatter. Ooh, sticks. So he has the Baron recall. He's going to get out. So, good scatter. Really aggressive call. I like it. Good aggressive call. They realized that they were going down to get the dragon. Good call by Plan B there. Nice macro decision. They're able to get the Baron. They're able to scatter with only one loss, and they have 4 Baron buffs. They're going to trade that all for probably a tower and a dragon. It's possible that they get back to be able to contest this dragon, though, so going to lose a tower for this. A lot of damage coming out, actually. And yeah, they're going to be back in time to contest this dragon, it turns out. So, good call by Plan B. They do have the scaling of the Infernal Drake. They're going to try to get the Earth Dragons evened out here. We'll see if a fight comes to this. Malaksha's going to go ahead and back, refresh her own wards, and see how this fight gets started. Oh, he's going to take a big chunk of damage there from the Tristana. Trying to eat some of the trap line while they have an opportunity to. Here comes the Elastic Slingshot. Not going to fire it off. Ziggy intelligently holding mid lane priority. I'm a big fan of this. Realizes that they're way out of position. All they need to do is poke them off Dragon, and Ziggy's going to be able to get free tower here. Really, really good decision. Good. This is good goaltending by Plan B. I'm a fan. All they need to do is poke them off this Dragon. It looks like Atlas realized that a little bit too late, but they realize what's happening. They're going to force this fight. Vantage toss. First, the Sad Mummy's going to pop down. But Wild Growth going to keep them alive. Grand Skyfall is not going to hit anybody. Xerath ult's going to hit on the back end. Janna's going to heal everybody up. And it looks like no deaths are going to come out of all of this. Eevee coming from the backside with a teleport flank. Misses the bear trap on the rope. Has no flash. Good pull together. 5v5 here. Zigzag comes out, does a ton of damage. Ezreal's going to drop on the run. Team of Meta drops Adroit Killer. 1 for 1 so far. Looking like Team of Meta is probably going to drop. Caitlyn ult's going to go ahead and take that out. Kled ult's going to follow it up. The charge comes in. Zhonya's by Ziggs. Only going to prolong the inevitable. See if they can blast cone over this wall. They do, and it's a 3 for 1 in favor of Team Atlas. So Atlas realized what's happening. Know that they have to force a fight because they had already lost priority on mid lane, already lost the tower. Go ahead and force a fight, and sure enough, it works out well for them. See if maybe Ezreal is going to be able to go and take this dragon here. As a parting gift, he's going to go ahead and solo. He is certainly big enough to do that at this point, even without lifesteal. I believe he has Warlords, right, so he should be okay. And right back at it again. So both teams, this has turned into a real slugfest of a game. Both teams have had advantages. Ultimately, right now, the gold is pretty even. Only, 700 gold lead or so in favor of Team Atlas, but both teams realize, so mistakes being made, but both teams are doing a good job realizing the mistakes they're making and making the appropriate adjustment afterwards. So ultimately, the Baron buff only results in 1 tower. They're gonna get a second one here. Gold is now evened up off of that. They're trapped out on rope lands. See if Dawn Run wants to go in. Not going to do so. Just gonna Elastic Slingshot out of here. Team of Meta heading bot to see if we can turn that wave around. Looking like we're gonna get a 4-1 here. Atlas does need to be careful. They don't have Ezreal, who's doing a large amount of their damage right now. He's going to be catching top lane. So as soon as Ezreal shows, I mean, he's sitting on a ward. As he shows topside, they should try to be forcing a fight here. See if Plan B picks on that, or picks up on this. Here comes the Grand Skyfall. The Elastic Slingshot going to go in. Ziggy, unstoppable. Resets coming in from the Tristana. Oh, sad bullet time. Bunch of damage coming out. Nice flash by Ziggy to escape that. Bunch of damage coming out from the Imbuement of Xerath, and a lot of low health members here. Zigzag going to land on almost nobody. Team of Meta going to pick up Adroit Kill on the backside of the Zac, looking like it could go down. Kled charges forward. Nice stun by Team of Meta. Zac's still alive. Here comes the Kled ultimate. Finally, Zac looks like he's going to get down. Flashes from Janna. Zac going to go down, lose his passive, and ultimately we have a 3 for 2. I want to say in favor of Plan B, but they're going to lose priority here and likely lose this tower, so... Loss of an extra member, but likely a loss of a tower for Plan B. A lot of back-and-forth fights coming in here. Can't help but wonder if that charge would have been used sooner. Didn't quite look to see if it was on cooldown or not, but... Looks like Atlas are going to continue to put some damage on this inhibitor tower, and they are going to get it down to half, perhaps some more. You got to be careful overstaying in situations like this. There's no objectives on the map, but when you overstay in a situation like that, the other team has just bought. The other team is healed up. They can usually retaliate with something now. The map's opened up a little bit. The objectives are far away, so I don't think that was too much of an overstay at this point into the game. Death timer is not that long yet. So... Again, real slugfest of a game here, and real back and forth clown fiesta of a game. A lot of gold on the Ziggy. He's finished his Guardian Angel, which I believe will be coming up momentarily. At his 3-item spike with the Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, and Static Shiv on Tristana. Looking like he's going to be building into rapid fire as well. The double zeal items has become the meta choice amongst the crit 80 carries. Didn't used to see that a lot, but it turns out if you're out of range and don't need the Phantom Dancer, or rapid fire and static are good. Kind of play off each other for the first beginning of the fight. So you get the extra range from the RFC and the extra damage from the static shivs. So. Oh my god, Ziggy. 2 auto attacks and an E is going to chunk out through a shield half the health of Ezreal, and both 80 carries pretty big here. But the solo lanes on the side of Team Atlas are just as big, and that's a lot of where the 2k gold lead is coming from. Team Atlas with the superior positioning here. They're going to get the Scuttle Crab and continue to clear out of this vision. Good job rolling together. Not really a good way. Oh, Vantage is going to go ahead and land onto Styx and Crone. Sonya's going to come out, but he's almost certainly going to go down here, and he is going to go down. I pick you, lands the ult. Last 6 shot's not going to interrupt the ult. Ziggy taking a ton of damage with the Cyrus ultimates. And here we go with this long fight. There's the charge from Kled. Janna going to go down. Everybody else on Plan B retreating, and it looks like that's going to be 2 kills, and we'll see if take this inhibitor and Baron, or what the choice going to be. It looks like they're going to just siege the inhibitor. A lot of the wave clear is dead. Ziggy too low to wave clear this. I think a good choice. Nice Vantage toss. No elastic shot to escape. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of this. Going to go inhib and likely back out to the Baron. I don't see any things yet, but that appears to be the decision, and yeah, they're the thing. So, good choice there. Good disciplined front-to-back team fighting by Team Atlas. Unfortunately, when you have Pantheon and I mean, your Ziggs got caught out. That was, I mean, really, that's all that was. Ziggs wasn't able to output any damage in that fight because he got caught out with the Vantage toss, popped the Zonias, and he was just dead pretty much right after that. So, Atlas are going to start this Baron. Looks like they're going to peel off. Maybe. Yeah, they are going to peel off. They're going to take the fight instead. A lot of damage. Big crit coming in onto Ziggy. Not quite going to take him out. Surprised. I guess he lost vision, but I'm kind of surprised Ezreal didn't drop an ult there. Aces in the hole could have potentially killed him, but he must have dropped vision at some point along the line. And it looks like Team Atlas are trying to figure out. You got to stand strong in your positioning here. When you're strong and you're ahead like this, you don't want to just randomly walk back in this direction and give the other team the ability to move into the river and start clearing wards if you don't have to. So, only spent a couple seconds doing that. They realized that pretty quickly right away. And they're going to go back and try to maintain priority and control over this river as we start dancing around this Baron. Caitlyn is exceptional in these kind of fights. You can trap up both ramps. Makes it extremely difficult to get in. Zach's going to be able to get over this and get into the fight. Pantheon's going to be able to get in. Ziggs ult's going to be able to get in, but Ziggy and Sweet Fiend potentially going to be on the back end of this. Oh, Zerathult coming out. Six of Crones has to pop the Zonia. Zerathol is going to take him out. Nice Curse Assemble. Time only lands onto 2 people, but yeah, we're going to have to go over replay for this fight. Interesting how that developed. There's the let's bounce onto 3 people, but unfortunately, Dawn Run is just buying time here. And he is going to go down. Once again. We'll see if Team Atlas just go ahead and try to end this game. Looks like that's their game plan here. Gotta think that this is more or less over. Yeah, Moo is tanking up. We have the shield. There's the charge. On to Ziggy, the last man standing. Is gonna get back in the fountain. Not gonna go down yet. Manages to buy some time for his team. Moo getting very, very low on health. Doesn't quite go down to that tower hit. Looks like... Alright, so they're not able to get a tower, so... And they are low. If you're plan B, you've got to be retaliate. You got to go right back to Baron right now because you have a couple low health members. They haven't spent their money yet. Team Atlas get a little bit too overzealous, thinking they can end the game, and they go for the dive instead of the tower. Could end up being a throw. Baron's going down extremely fast. We'll see if there's even any contest. Yeah, I think this is a big mistake. I think they shouldn't have even bothered with the creep wave. They should have just ran in because you're only going to have a small window to be able to get there. I think that was the window that Plan B had to maybe take that Baron or fight it before the gold was spent. But now with a 6k gold lead and the base opened up, you got to think this is in the huge, you know, definitely in favor of Team Atlas. I'd be a huge favorite to take this game down and the 2-0 in the series. But we'll see. Mistakes have been made on both sides. The game is not entirely over yet. That's why we play them out. Something about a fat lady singing, you know. Looking like they are in position to immediately contest this dragon, or maybe force a fight. Ziggy, all the way in topside, though, doesn't look like they're going to be able to. This is probably going to be an Elder Drake. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an Elder Drake. Plan B going to have to force... I don't think they should force this fight. I think they got to give this over and play defense. Gonna go for the steal. Blue team gets it. Dawn Run does get the steal on the Elder Drake. Let's see if they can get out. Team Ometa gonna go ahead and put a ton of damage out, but Ezreal doing unharassed damage on the back end of this fight. Dawn Run gets the seal. Is gonna go down to Ezreal. Just tremendously fed, dropping down. Ziggy gonna get a kill on Ezreal. Ziggy's gonna hop over the wall, get the GA, but is gonna go down inevitably to Team Atlas, and his own GA itself is going to get popped. Wow, so nice steal on the side of Dawn Run, but they were unable to communicate that they needed to get out. So in a situation like that without your AD carry, I think the best situation is to have Zach go for like a flyover steal, not take the fight immediately afterwards. That was good on Team Atlas to kind of force the issue once they realized that they were in a position where they could force the fight, but if you're going to get a steal, you want to communicate to your team that it's steal only, and you don't want to get the fight afterwards. Oh my goodness. Pick you taking a bunch of damage, but it does look like this is probably going to be the game, and a 2-0 for... Oh, maybe not. Tower does go down. Here's the last ditch engage by Plan B. Classic slingshot lands on Watch, and Watch is going to go down. Scarl hops back on Scarl. Going to get the bear drop on a rope on Zach. Zach's going to go down. Ace in the hole, not quite going to kill Styx. Flash coming in from EV's Bay, going to go down, and meanwhile, Ezreal and PickU are going to end the game. Wow, bit of a slugfest in that second one, but ultimately Team Atlas are going to emerge with the 2-0 here in Week 1 of the Supernova Division in Vantage League. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit, I'm going to do a brief interview with more than likely somebody from the winning team. Just give me 1 second, fellas. I'm going to try to organize this, get somebody into a Discord that we can use. And we will get going here. see if we can get Ezreal. Any interview requests? I am willing. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to try to, Going to go ahead and interview Malakstra and Ezreal from Team Atlas.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, guys? Congratulations on the win. That was an interesting 2-0 for sure.
Thank you.
How you doing,
We
man?
have everybody in here, so go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Easy as Real. I'm the ADC for Team Atlas.
I'm Mellow Extra. I am team captain and support for Team Atlas.
All right, cool. So I wanted to ask you guys, after that first game, I mean, really, he just popped off on the Orianna in that first game. What were you thinking going into game 2? Did you think that they were going to make any kind of adjustments? Did you have a game plan for that adjustment moving forward, or was it just kind of...
We knew they were gonna ban Ori, so we knew right away whatever we did had to be different than Ori.
Yeah, so did you have, I mean, it looked like there were parts of that second game that were kind of getting away from you. There was a lot of good macro decisions on both sides. I was talking about a lot during the cast, but it seems like both teams would make a mistake and then realize they were making a mistake and adjust. So did you guys have, I mean, did you, I wanted to ask because sometimes it's easy looking at it with global vision and everything. There were a lot of times where there were openings to, you know, force a fight and everything. Was that being communicated amongst the team?
Yeah, like the biggest thing that really caught us was probably it's just the champion Zach. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. You have to. One thing that we kept saying once we kept getting caught, like, okay, let's, like you just said, we just had to regroup and think about what we just did wrong. And the problem was that you got a ward for Zach. He has so many different ganking patterns that you just can't see them all coming. So you have to ward as best as possible around what your objective is, especially with Zach, and then just be prepared for any sort of disengage or and then a re-engage onto the Zach, which is really pretty much why we wanted to take Zach the first game for that game, but we ended up taking the Lulu because it was a good counter for it. Just from the polymorph, because we
And the
knew
wild
if we
growth
couldn't
can
get to
stop
Zach,
it as well, so
so we had a plan for it, and we did our best to execute it in game.
that's good. What did you guys think of the Pantheon pick? Just out of curiosity.
It kind of, I mean,
don't get me wrong. It's really good, but we were shocked by it just because like we did research and Pantheon wasn't a champion that came to mind as far as bans or like worrying about what he picked, because we usually talk about like the game beforehand and about what we think they're gonna pick and what we're gonna pick, so that way when we devise our comp it's like really fitted into what we're trying to do. And the Pantheon pick really took us by surprise.
Yeah, I think you guys, I mean, there was a lot of really close... I wanted to see if I could try to get EV's Bay in here because that second game, there were a lot of really, really, really close 1v1s in top lane that could have gone either way. But ultimately, if you have a non-teleport top laner that doesn't get the first blood out of it, then you're going to be on the back foot for the rest of the game. Now I do think... they did a really Plan B did a really, really good job punching back and finding their windows when they had them. Like they knew when they had to force fights. Did you guys get caught? It looked like you guys were caught off guard by a couple of those engages. Yeah.
it was the Zach, man. That, like, going back to that, that's really what caught us up, because we wanted to play it. When they took it, we took it, we're like, okay, they took it from us, and we have to just play to our win condition, which we had the Kled for the re-engages for it. We had the Amumu for that, again, another tool to kite back on that. And we just, now we're on the back foot of this Zach, but we ended up winning in the lanes that we wanted to win in, and we went even in the lanes that we wanted to go even with.
I definitely want to say give him props with the Zach. I think he played that really well, and he frustrated me a lot.
Yeah.
I got, when he caught me out and I tried flashing and he still bounced me out. Like I was so tilted right there, and that was like You know, just knowing like people are watching you and you just like complete like bronze 5 flash at trying to, so I was like, but he played that really good. I want to give him props because he really did affect us. And like as you were saying about like having to regroup and stuff like that, like because of him, like he totally made us have to think like what we were gonna do. We had a plan for everything, and we knew we couldn't sit too long unless we knew we could win the fight because he was just everywhere.
Yeah, Zach is the great disruptor. You know, he really can make fights go chaotic in no time, and that amount of CC and initiation and the angles from which he can do that from. You can't ward against everything, so it makes it really, really
Yeah.
challenging to play against. But you guys did a really, really good job rolling around as a crew. You did really good maintaining control of, the objectives that you were focusing on. I think speed and tempo was a little bit behind, but that's things that you can fix moving forward. I think you guys did a great job, doing front to back DPS, absorbing the engage and then re-engaging. I think that's definitely a
Yeah.
strength for you guys, and you guys did a really,
Definitely.
really good job. Well played by everybody all around.
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you so
much.
much. Yeah.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and see if anybody from Plan B wants to hop in here for an interview. If not, I'll be calling it a stream for the night. But thank you for joining me, guys.
Thanks,
no
man.
problem.
Have a good night.
Congratulations.
See you around.
Good night.
Good night.
Let's see if we can get somebody from Plan B in here or not. So ultimately, I mean, that was really what won them that game. They were able to absorb the engages from the Zac and front to back DPS the fights down after that, and they did an excellent job. And make no mistake, that's an extremely difficult thing to do. It's a lot easier said than done, and relatively disciplined play from this level of team, and well played by Team Atlas. So I think that's going to be it for the cast tonight. 2-0 for Team Atlas. Congratulations to them. For Plan B, hopefully they strike back next time. Exciting team to watch. A lot of interesting picks and everything. So for Vantage League, the Supernova Division, Week 1. This is your caster Gelati signing off. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. Enjoy your holiday weekend, and hopefully I will see you guys around.
It's too late, I can't forget you. It's my fate to let you go.